administration is trying to get al-Qaeda put in charge there as they are in Libya. Finally, he looks at Boko Haram and he says, what has the Obama administration been doing about Boko Haram previously? Because before these children, these young girls were kidnapped, there was a horrendous campaign of torture conducted against Christian churches there. He points out Christian groups estimate that up to a quarter of 4,000 people killed by Boko Haram since 2009 have been Christians, and more than 700 churches in Nigeria have been attacked in the past 7 years. Well, what is the root of evil? Well, one Italian prime minister says it's the Bilderberg Group, and he makes a pretty good case for it. They're very sensitive to this in Italy because you have to remember that in Italy, their duly elected prime minister was taken out of office and replaced by a Goldman Sachs banker that nobody voted for. Nigel Farage has pointed this out. Many people have pointed this out. And Paul Joseph Watson writes that Borghezio, a member of the Committee on Civil Liberties, Justice, and Home Affairs in the European Parliament, and an Italian politician, says that the root of all evil that afflicts Italy is the Bilderberg Group. He says it's causing unemployment, poverty, and high taxes. And, of course, there was another Italian lawyer, Alfonso Luigi Mara, who last year requested that the public prosecutor of Rome investigate the Bilderberg Group for criminal activity because they deposed the legitimate elected prime minister in Italy and replaced him with Mario Monti. Paul Joseph Watson continues, he says, counter to cliches peddled by the mainstream media that Bilderberg merely represents a talking shop, there's numerous examples of the clandestine group formulating consensus for policy that's implemented soon after that. And it's important to note, as we're going to be going to Bilderberg, that in 2011, the same lawyer attempted to get into the meeting in Switzerland, and he was beaten by security guards there. Now, in news on privacy, we see that the Cisco CEO has written a letter to Obama saying, you're destroying our business. This is from CEO John Chambers of Cisco, and he implores Obama to curtail NSA surveillance. He's particularly bothered by the fact that the Tailored Access Operations, TAO unit, and that's out of San Antonio, and other NSA employees have intercepted their physical packages, their servers, and other computers, and implanted bugging devices in them. And what he's saying is, when we ship stuff out of the United States, because this is known that you guys are doing this now, it's impairing our ability to sell products to other people. And it certainly is. And this next article out of World Crunch that was on InfoWars today, Germany will ban tech companies that play ball with the NSA. Now, this is not about Cisco. This is about Computer Sciences Corporation. And they say in this article that's been well known for years that CSC works for the American Secret Services, but according to research done by a German paper, Süddeutsche Zeitung, they said that the government has now tightened rules for awarding sensitive public IT contracts. And in cases of doubt, suspicious companies will now be excluded from such contracts. Companies now have to sign documents to the effect that no contracts or laws oblige them, nor can they be coerced to pass on confidential data to foreign secret services or security authorities. How can any American corporation sign that agreement legitimately? And of course, CSC is probably one of the worst of the collaborators. In April, they won a Big Brother award. Now, just as we see there's hardware and spyware being put on, it's not just that, it's also the information that you put out in public. As we've reported before, the FBI has faked and the NSA has faked Facebook in order to get people's information. But now we see with some documents that have been released in the latest Glenn Greenwald revelations as part of his book, we see how they have been pulling this out for quite some time. The National Security Agency and the FBI teamed up in October 2010 to develop techniques for turning Facebook into a surveillance tool, writes Harrison Weber of VentureBeat. And if you look at some of these screens, look at this very first one. Why social networks? Well, they say it's a very rich source of information on targets. We can get people's personal details, their pattern of life. That's a big one right there. Their connections to associates, guilt by association, and other media. Now, these are slides that were intercepted as part of the Edward Snowden leaks, and these are things that were revealed in Glenn Greenwald's book. They say, according to a report by The Intercept, the above slides do not reveal the NSA's Facebook surveillance program in full, because that report states that the NSA, as I mentioned at the beginning, also disguises itself as a fake Facebook server to perform man-in-the-middle and man-on-the-side attacks and to spread malware. Now, what do we do about all this? Well, some people have hoped that the government is going to rein itself in. I don't think so. Look at what's happened in the House as people have tried to put forward a bill that would just control it a little bit around the edges. It would essentially leave most of the surveillance state alone. It wouldn't really make any fundamental transformations, but even minor variations now are being shot down. In this article from The Hill, it says advocates fear that the NSA bill is being gutted. Earlier this month, House Judiciary and Intelligence Committees came together to approve a compromised version of the quote-unquote USA Freedom Act. Now, this is being put together by the guy who wrote the Patriot Act, Jim Sensenbrenner, so it really didn't have that much of a constraint to start with, but the little bit of stuff that it had there is now being wiped out in the Republican-controlled House of Representatives and the Intelligence and Judiciary Committees. So if you think that the Republicans are going to be any better than Obama on surveillance, think again. And here's what one of the staffers found out who was working for the Republicans. This person actually does want to see the surveillance state taken down and had a very interesting revelation. This is from Washington's blog, also on InfoWars today. NSA spying is a power grab. Now, this is a very high-level Congressional Committee security staffer, Diane Rourke, and she's working with the Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee. Here's what she said. She met with Director Hayden, and she said, my whole point in going there was to ask him why he had taken off protections and encryptions and the automated tracking. This is referring to what William Binney had put on. He said that this information could be tracked, but it would automatically be encrypted so that nobody could see anyone's information unless a judge authorized it. So she asked, why was all this taken off in the first place? She said, I asked this any number of times, and he always evaded answering. And finally, I just decided I was not going to leave the room until I got an answer, so I kept asking. About the fifth time he looked down, I remember he could not look me in the eye. He says, we have the power. We don't need these authorizations. So he made it clear the power he was referring to was the Commander-in-Chief's wartime authority. Now, this is what William Binney. Now, remember William Binney, we've had him on the program for 32 years. He worked for the NSA. By the time he retired, he was their top technical advisor. He had global responsibilities. And this is what he said as one of the premier whistleblowers. This is well before Ed Snowden came out. Nobody paid any attention to him, but they're paying attention now. And this is what he said. When you drop privacy protections, you are able to spy on all of your political opponents and do the things the IRS does, plus get rid of people you don't want in government, like General Petraeus, General Allen, and others like Eliot Spitzer. Furthermore, you can target Supreme Court judges, other judges, senators, representatives, law firms, lawyers, anybody you don't like, including reporters. And of course, going back to Obamacare, remember that Supreme Court Justice Roberts changed his mind on Obamacare. He wrote both the dissenting and the majority opinion. He was first against Obamacare, and then suddenly, for no reason at all, after he had written the opinion in a 5-4 decision against Obamacare, he suddenly changed his mind and did a complete 180 and wrote the opinion upholding Obamacare. I wonder if he was a Supreme Court justice who was blackmailed by the NSA. Now, while the government spying is threatening U.S. corporations, they're now trying to pretend that they're the defenders and the protectors of U.S. corporations. But of course, the corporations that are being affected, that they say they're protecting, are these older corporations who, for the most part, much of their business has already been transferred to China. But they say they're being spied on by the Chinese government, and they even have shown 5 Chinese officials and put their pictures out there. U.S. files criminal charges against Chinese officials over cyber spying, reports NPR. They say the Justice Department is accusing 5 Chinese government officials of using military and intelligence facilities to steal trade secrets from U.S. companies like Alcoa. I guess they're going to find out how to make that tinfoil. Westinghouse Electric Company, U.S. Steel. Do we still make any steel in this country? Why would they be doing cyber attacks on U.S. Steel? Maybe they do have some secret sauce still there. And Allegheny Technologies, they say in a televised press conference Monday, Attorney General Eric Holder said this is the kind of behavior that the U.S. categorically denounces. He said that with a straight face, presumably. And listen to this. He says the success of American companies, this is Eric Holder talking, mind you, since our nation's founding has been the result of hard work and fair play by our citizens. That's right. The same administration that says you didn't build it is now not letting people build it in China, but of course they're going to protect us as the